Alrighty, is this recording? Yes, it is. Welcome back. Um, one thing that I totally forgot to do last time was to let you guys know that you're gonna need Node for this, and the Node version that I'm running is 22.7.0. But I do, I know for a fact that version 20 also works for sure. Yeah, that should be the only thing you would need, right? Let me see something here. WaveChat. Yeah, this especially for desktop. Well, you're gonna need Node overall, but whatever. Yeah, I did update to the actually let's talk about this first. I did update the readme file in the main branch over here. I'm not too familiar with like the terminology of these things anyway. Well, okay. Anyway, so I did update a couple stuff here. So we're gonna be using WebRTC, especially for like the video calling thing, whatever, and media pipe. It's from Google, I believe, for the hands recognition and whatever, and then TensorFlow, and then Firebase. But especially because we're going to also essentially make like a ML, so a machine learning, and yeah, I mean this thing is about to be fun. Anyway, so let's tackle on this thing. So I did notice after posting the video that there's quite a few things here that we are gonna need to change. Like a few, like a lot, a few, but a lot, honestly. Like for right now, actually let's see. I don't think because I deleted and just downloaded the repository just because I want to stay up to date and not do any changes and not cover it in the video. But let's see here. I think if I just do npm run watch, we should be able to have something. Yes, we are. Okay, perfect. And yeah, so what you want to do is I don't know if I showed it in the previous video, but you want to do npm run watch in one terminal and then open a different terminal and have npm run start. Okay. Alrighty. So click me wave chat. Blah blah blah. So it's simple, but this is what basically what you will get. Essentially, you will get something very similar to this. Well, not very similar. This is what you will get. Not very similar. This is what you will get. There's nothing else that I could add. Anyway, so let's close this real quick. Okay, so one thing that I know that we have to do is change, especially the main.js here. We have to change it just because it's mm, from. If you remember, I talked about how we're gonna use this template. This template is a bit outdated. I'm going to have to update this, um, but the template so it starts with app.whenReady, which is kind of a bit of a tedious thing, cause like sometimes, especially on macOS, oh my goodness, we're gonna love macOS during this project, cause Apple and their things. Anyway, so especially on macOS, some things can fire up too quickly and not initiate properly. So we have to change this, especially like really. we have to change this so that everything fires up properly, and just like everything is just like up to date, and we don't have any like surprise, especially give the user some surprise or whatever. So I will pause the video and then get back to you in a little bit. All right, recording. So what did I do here? So what changed? Well, the biggest thing that we changed is the you remember it said ready thing or whatnot. Now we changed it to when ready. This ensures that we everything is well initiated, especially in macOS. I cannot stress this enough. macOS is just such a something else. Not macOS. Actually, Apple. Apple is just something else. Because when we get to I know when we get to the mobile section, and we use React Native with Expo is great, but like there are certain stuff that ugh, Apple. Anyway, so we're changing. We changed the how the window opens. So we also have to have this preload.js. It's a file that we will make. We will produce over here. But essentially, this it's sort of like all of our customization that we did. For example, if you remember and go back maybe like a couple frames back, you will notice that the um, window that we opened that was fully white and had a WaveChat, well, a button and whatever, had these things: file, edit, selection, blah blah. What could have been different or whatever, doesn't matter. But what we're doing here is we're changing them just because we want to customize them. We want to customize just the menu template, and just for now there's only file, quit. Well, there's only file and help, and then under file there's quit, and under help there's about and whatever. But these are just placeholders for now, and then we will populate them with what we want and how everything is supposed to be. One other thing that we did is we also changed the top bar over here. This top thing right here, we changed it fully. So we will not have this, that, like all these things, but we will actually make our own custom ones. This is what it is. These are the custom ones, and it's all going to be living in this preload .js file. What else here? I have some notes over here that I just want to take a look at. Sure. Okay. Yeah. So let's take a look at this preload.js file, and then I'm just going to create it right. I'm just going to create it right now, and then I will get back to you in a minute. 1 second. All right, we're back. So this is the preload file that I was talking about right here. Whoops, sorry, it's not right there. Where are you? Oh, right here. There we go. This is the preload file. It's literally right under like in the main folder, like right there. Where are you? Right here. Okay. So like I said, the preload it just preloads like a especially like our custom things like the close window, maximize, minimize, and yeah, just basically just regular stuff. I mean, we will try to because we do have the top bar here removed. We will have to perhaps also make it draggable essentially sometime, but I'm not too sure because we'll have to see. Anyway, so the next thing that we want to move, like change, is actually this guy right here. This guy is quite important to change because when you do load the like when you do load and start changing stuff in the app.js over here, you will notice that there's something with like an overload, like an overflow. The bars, like these sort of bars here, that like show up, or like it will be like on the y-axis or like the x-axis, and it's just, well, that's not what we want. So we do want to change things over here. So like we don't have a scroll issue, and also we have a proper mounting point for React to mount to, because remember, we're using Electron.js. Electron mostly works with HTML, but we're using React, so we need a mounting point so that obviously we only have one single page sort of thing, but React isn't like quote unquote in the background doing like sort of like all the pooling while we're displaying HTML sort of like um, page sort of thing. So 1 second, and then I will be changing this, and I'll get back to you in a jiffy. Alright, so we are back. So what we changed was first the title, and so I added this. This is very extremely like very important. I cannot stress this enough. This should not be touched at all. So what this does is, it again, it blocks on the page to have these like scroll things right here. That is not what we want at all. And plus, one thing that it clearly really does too is, if you notice, you will have sort of like white spots, like, well, like a white margin towards the beginning, like maybe like 10 pixels in, and then your color starts. We do not want that. We want a full color screen thing. And then this is where we actually mount the React Native. No, not React Native. Sorry, React. React codes actually mounts here and everything. And then actually, what happens is it gets generated from this guy right here. This is you most likely will not have this, just because you, especially if you haven't run npm run watch, you probably will not have this for sure. And well, definitely if you haven't also run npm start, because this is just what we're presenting this page, the HTML page over here. This is what it's this is basically what's so this okay, let me explain this. This is manipulating this guy right here. So this, think about this like a blank, like a canvas, and this is the painter essentially. That's all it is. And this guy is basically just guiding the painter. Like, we could call this something totally different, and maybe like something else, not app.js. Maybe like, I don't know, like the thing.js. Doesn't matter as long as as long as this points to this guy right here, because that's the file that's being generated. All right. So right now, actually, one key thing that I should have shown, sorry, is that whenever you do any of these changes, you can actually just sit and well, doesn't matter if you have this guy on, but you can actually just sit in where you have npm watch running. You could just sit there, and as you do any sort of like changes, let's say I go here, you just do any changes, you just see it update um, live. And obviously when it says successfully, that means the compile, like everything was compiled perfectly and there was no problem. And let's say maybe I do this. Oh no, maybe what could give me, there we go, this should give me, there we go. Yeah, I was looking for one. So yeah, like it would tell you an error or whatever. And then especially if you work with React Native, you get these a lot. But yeah, and then yeah, you get a success. And then what we can also have is just run good old npm run start, and then yeah, you get the thingy over here. And also cool thing is that, because to do this you have to actually be in here in the terminal over here. And then let me just, I don't know, change some stuff, and then it updates. And then when we go back, we click, it does change to that, to just, keep the actual watch thing, whatever. But it's pretty cool. But again, one thing you actually do notice is that you see we do not have any of the um, close, maximize, and minimize buttons or anything, or any of these guys, the file thingy, whatever. Like we don't have any of them. That's because although we have it in our preload thing here, and also in our main.js here, we actually never created them. We're just like pointing to like saying like, hey, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, but we never actually created the actual like sort of like object. And that's what we're going to do soon here. Give me a second, I will just create that real quick, and then I will get back to you and explain what's going on. So what happened here? So we created this file over here. I just called it top bar, just because it is the top bar. Self-explanatory. So what's happening here is just we created just a regular React function over here, just something super regular. And then we just have the this function over here called handle close. It handles close, it handles minimize, handles maximize. And then to the window we call Electron, and then it minimizes, blah blah. It's just, it just all toggles the all these IPC calls. And then we just have a couple buttons, and then key thing is the style. It's just have a pretty consistent, just nice styling and everything over here. And all this over here, especially like all this stuff over here, is all because of these guys right here. These are like listeners. They're just listening. So what happens is, these are obviously buttons, right? And then on click, whenever you click, it calls any of these functions. Let's say you call close, it handles close, and then it sends out sort of like a signal to this guy, and then obviously because we have preload gets the signal. It's like, oh, close, sends these custom these like custom quote unquote calls, sends like a signal to window close. And then if you remember, under our main.js, we are actually also listening, our IPC is also listening for a close call, and once we do that, we do close. And then especially again again on macOS, which is Darwin, um we macOS tend to whenever you, if you ever work with Mac, whenever you close an application, they tend to never close. They tend to like just like disappear, but you still see them under like the taskbar, unless the user actually like goes out and right clicks and then say quit. That's annoying. So we're gonna change that by just having it like close. Anyway, so again, you see here it still says successful, even though when we created this thing, it's like successful. That's good. But actually, oh, I didn't even notice this thing was still on. So if you're wondering how to close this, all you just need to do is just Control C to interrupt. Yeah, and then that's it, and just clear, and then yeah, it's gone. Just because we don't have any controls over there. But if we go back and run again, npm run, you'll still notice they're not there, and that's because we never clear. Okay, we never actually did anything with them over here at all, because everything has to pass through app.js under our source. Okay, so one thing also that I've been missing a bit, quite a few things. So we need to learn about our file structure here. So everything that we build is going to be under sources, and everything that will be compiled will be under build. So under sources, I actually created a folder called assets. We'll put some assets there later on. And then under JS, we also have views. So views is what I'm going to call all the sort of like windows we're going to pass through, sort of like the home screen or the chat room or whatever. I just chose to call them views, like home view or like chat view or like, you know, video view or whatever. I could have called them ports, but I just chose to call them views. But although thinking about it, I could just change them to ports, referring to a internet port or whatever. I'm gonna change them to ports actually. Nah, we're gonna stick with views. Views sounds cooler. Anyway, yeah. So, like I said, everything has to go through app.js. With the capital A. Anyway, so just to have fun, I'm just going to import the top bar over here, and then you know what? Let's just have a hello world. Whoops, don't need that. You could tell I work with a lot of embedded systems, and I don't know if anybody here is familiar with embedded systems, but like this. Whoops. Hello world would be quite fun. I was just working with it. I was working on Zaire, so I had to type a lot of these like that. So that's why I did add the what is it? I call it the enter sign. I don't know what it's called. I think I call it the enter sign. I don't know. Enter symbol. Anyway, see. So actually, anyway, so yeah, we're getting off track here. Anyway, so we're just going to call, like regular schmegular top bar over here, just like any regular React. I mean, also, if you see that I'm doing anything that is not like you think I could do better, I'm not like an expert in React, because like I mostly use well, for the better part of like 2 years now, I've been really working mostly with C and C++, not much JavaScript or React. Yeah, but anyway, so getting off track here. So now whenever we just run npm run, boom, there we go. We have our minimize, maximize, close. We can maximize, we can minimize, comes back, and then obviously our thing here, and then close. So that's quite the fun that we've had so far. What else do we do? Oh, I also wanted to actually add something called styles under here. So I think you can kind of tell how I'm going to structure this this project over here. Because we'll have our assets, all our JSON things, all of our style things, and then any other tiny things we want to incorporate and whatever. Let me just style a bit, and then I will get back to you and show you what we got cooking. Let's see here. So I added this thing called splash view. At this point, I should just call it screen, man. Splash screen sounds so much better. Ugh. Anyway, so splash view, and then I went under styles. I made this just something quick, just to show you guys. On the views, we have splash views, but it's going to be sort of like the splash screen, but we're like, it's going to be much better. It will have the WaveChat logo doing something. We will have like other stuff, and then we'll at that point it will send you to the login or blah blah thing, because we won't accept any anonymous account type of style. No, you have to log in. Well, yeah, and then, well, obviously we imported the style from style sheet, not a style sheet, the style JS file here. Yeah, I mean, technically I could have just made it a CSS file, now that I think about it, but potato. So yeah, but let me show you guys what it looks like. It's nothing impressive, just ta-da. Yeah, it's just it just says WaveChat, but I like this color because I think it's the same color as, yeah, it should be the same color as the end, but perhaps not. Our, if anything, it's more resemblant to the one of the colors on Crystal Ice, the Crystal Ice logo. It's here. Yeah, I think more resemblance to this color right here. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Again, you can still maximize. We're gonna have to change that to like go back to like normal. But yeah, you can maximize, minimize, and do all this cool stuff. You can obviously close. When you do close, yeah, when you do close, it ends the program over here. Well, that's because we're debugging and everything. But obviously, when you will, when the app will be launched and everything, it will actually close out everything. But yeah, so this is what we have for today. I'm not too sure when I will be uploading again because I am still working on other stuff, like the it's all on the thing here. Crystal ice. Yeah, we still have to work on Zaire, which is quite there, but we'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching and comment and whatever.